5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The city of Pittsburgh are a bunch of numpties. Pass it on.
WTF! WTF!
Hello, I'm Ross Twiddell from Cultaholic.com. You're my sexual wank pheasants, and welcome to all of the WTF moments from last night's Extreme Rules pay-per-view in the city of Pittsburgh. Thank you very much, you bunch of dicks. Finally, WWE give us a show where Roman Reigns is not on top. They give us Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler, and what do? You get your cocks out and you blart all over the match itself. The counting, it was funny the first few times, and just like Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel's impressions of Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, when you do it time and time again, it becomes less funny each time you do it. Towards the end, it was just damn disrespectful, like an orange numpty cutting up our Majesty the Queen, but less of that. Let's get cracking with the knocking. And no, I did not do the pre-show last night because, as we all know by now, when it's just me and Pacitti doing reactions, he likes to take you for an APPP before the show starts. And Adam Pacitti, prayer and pedicure. But it was a bit weird this time because he took me to a satanic place and wished death towards all of those associated with Wrestle Talk TV. Maggle. Tonight, WWE superstars take it to the max. Tonight, they go extreme. Michael Cole shouted at the beginning of the opening promo package on a night, of course, where all but 4 of the matches were normal singles or tag team matches. This is just like Pepsi Max, isn't it? Because for years upon years upon years, I thought Pepsi Max meant maximum sugar, maximum bollocks, maximum everything, but it's actually the healthier version. Confusing marketing. Back with Maggle once again, and this time he's saying anything goes, there are no rules, it's Extreme Rules, and a pay-per-view where all but 4 of the matches are bog standard singles or tag team bouts. Is this opposite day or something? Because if it is, Michael Cole, you are absolutely spot on, pal, and the single best commentator I've ever heard with my own ears. World's biggest WWE fans, world's biggest numpties, more like. Where's the possessive ting in that world's there? Do you not belong to this earth, lads, you bunch of weirdos? But less about those signs and more about the signs that matter. Thank you very much to Kat Burgess, to Mike Spont, to Justine Fennell and Cullen E for spreading the good name of Cultaholic throughout the WWE universe. And while we're here, next time you're at a WWE event, why don't you think yourself bloody hell? Let's take a Cultaholics out to that event and join them in joining us. Look at the size of the holes in his lugs. He looks like the moon at the start of the DreamWorks intro. Over to Jonathan Coachman we go, and according to Jonathan Coachman, there's nobody on that card at Extreme Rules 2018 who had more to gain than the B team. You tell that to my Bane Spirit Animal pal who was in a WWE Championship match, WWE Championship, Raw Tag Team Championships. How, Matt? Liv Morgan wants her gimmick back. So Liv steals from Carmella, Matt steals from Liv, and I don't know why that's relevant. Back to Jonathan Coachman we go, and apparently if you went up to the B team a month ago and asked them if they would be getting a Tag Team Championship shot, they would have said absolutely not. What are you smoking, you tits? They won the right to have a Tag Team Championship opportunity 2 months ago. 1 month ago at Money in the Bank, that match was taken away from them for absolutely no good reason whatsoever, so of course you are absolutely correct. They weren't expecting to be here. They probably cannot believe their luck that their shot at the Tag Team Championships hasn't been cancelled for a second time in 2 months. Jonathan Coachman, I'm very sorry indeed. Hang on a second, you're not man in green t-shirt with beige hat. Where the hell's man in green t-shirt with beige hat? The ghoul is lonely. And next up we have the fact that your current Raw Tag Team Champions are now the B Team. That's right, the tag team that completely lost their steam that nobody cares about anymore are your new Raw Tag Team Champions, despite the fact that WWE Creative made a massive mess of them by having to do the same thing week after week after week. Do you care? Because I bloody don't. Those Tag Team Championships mean absolutely nothing. Meh. Wyndham Lawrence Rotunda is a careless driver. Pass it on. Maybe. I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. Don't always believe what you read on wrestling signs at wrestling events. How does it feel the B team are asked? How does a rainbow feel? Curtis Axel replies. How did Stretch Armstrong feel when he landed on the moon? I take it all back. With fire lines like that, I hope the B team hold the Raw Tag Team Championships until Neil Armstrong's name is scratched from the record books and actually replaced with Stretch Armstrong's name. Somebody start a petition now. Of course, it's totes May's balls that Kurt Angle has given Brock Lesnar an ultimatum for his WWE Universal Championship, but I have 2 questions. 1, why did it take so long? And 2, why wasn't the ultimatum for Brock Lesnar to go and see a dentist? Because those pedigree chums are absolutely horrendous. Kevin Dunn's spinning in his grave, man, and that toothy bastard isn't even dead yet. Back to Michael Cole we go, and he claimed that for the first time ever your boy Finn Bálor was taking on big baldy bastard Baron Corbin, even though it wasn't. It was the 23rd. And while we're here, I'll let you know the first one took place back in 2015 as part of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal qualifying tournament. It was the quarterfinal, and your boy Finn Bálor won. Knowledge is indeed power.
Made a grave mistake, Corey.
Corey Graves brings up the reason why there's weight classes in sports, as if that's got something to do with the price of jam, even though it doesn't. And he spills all this tribe out of his mouth while seemingly forgetting all about the weight classes that do appear in WWE 205 Live, you dick. Ever heard of it? You have? Hello, fresh air, my old friend. I'm big and bald, but still a bell end. Backstage, we went to see the Bludgeon Brothers attacking Team Hell No, with the hemorrhoid on top of the cake being Eric Piss and Rowan trapping Kane's leg inside of a door, and then hitting that door with a bastard hammer. Come on now, WWE, I know it's their gimmick, but this was too far. Imagine if Eric Rowan was cast in Lockstock and had to do the old Vinnie Jones smashing the head inside of a car door scene. He wouldn't get the job done, would he? Swinging an open door to that leg as hard as he could, Eric Piss and Rowan. Then we're wanking with pheasants. What you did there, it was weak as piss, and not good enough, quite frankly. The height of that shark cage, very suspicious indeed. So suspicious, in fact, that I reckon if Tom Phillips got in the centre of that ring and thrusted, he could have knocked that thing and sent Jimmy Ellsworth swinging like a pair of dog's bollocks. I tell you what, ever since Big Cass left, WWE have completely lost all comprehension of what is tall, because after all, you can't teach it, can you? 5 stars. So then, General Manager Pagey Wagey booked a shark cage match because that would stop James Ellsworth interfering. But not 30 seconds had passed in that bastard match, and already Jimmy Ellsworth was dropping things into the ring, and worst of all, he somehow had the key to unlock the shark cage that was supposed to prevent him getting involved in the match. Surely, Pagey Wagey, the last thing you should have done before he walked out to that shark cage was frisk that horny little turtle. If you did, you would have took the foreign objects away and made sure the shark cage did its bastard job. Paige, what are you doing? James Ellsworth is an actual turtle. You tell me that's not a shell, and I'll tell you that you're a liar. Dun 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 dun. Oh, Kevin Dunn, that was clearly a win so monumental you didn't even have a bastard clue when it happened. Now, as we all know, with certain stats and things they throw out on WWE's weekly shows, they think we have a problem with short, medium and long-term memory. But stuff like that there shows that the shoe is clearly on the other foot, or the massive brace is on the other tooth. Because Kevin Dunn. It's Victory Road 2011 all over again. There's Jeff Hardy in a big title match against the Stinger. Lads, you know what I'm saying. We all know that a knock to the Nakamura's stings like hell. And he loses in as much time as it takes for Michael Cole to blot all over a big dog. And then, after a couple of months away being a massive old daddy, Randy Orton returned and turned diddler, quite literally. He diddled Jeff Hardy's bollocks and then took off, and I didn't know what to make of it. Did he turn heel? Quite possibly. Was he just showing Nakamura that I have no friends that can do more than you can do? Quite possibly also. But if he and Nakamura are a tandem now, I hope they're called the Nutcrackers, the Bollocks Fondlers, or the Dastardly Diddlers of many piddlers. But at the end of all this, I'm asking one question: why on earth was Randy Orton wearing his gear when he wasn't scheduled to have a match at Extreme Rules? Does he not own any clothes? Chadler Bing. To the pre-match package for Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman we go, and there we see Braun Strowman kicking down a door wearing one shirt, but when he appears in Kurt Angle's office, he's wearing a different one. Forget about Mr. Monster in the bank, that fella there, that's Mr. Monster in the closet. He got changed that bloody quickly. Braun Strowman, Gok-Wan, same thing. So we're being run through the rules of the steel cage match. You can win by pinfall, submission, or by escaping, and both feet touching the floor. Not 2 seconds had passed, and Jonathan Coachman is saying there's nowhere for Kevin Owens to run. Escape the cage, both feet hit the floor, there's nowhere for Kevin Owens to... Back to Michael Cole we go, and this time he says, I'm not sure if Braun Strowman can get out of these handcuffs, guys. He can lift the bastard earth, and then somebody cannot snap a little bit of metal. Okay, Mike. Kevin Owens is my hero. Pass it on. Braun Strowman is a numpty, but so is Kevin Owens a little bit, but pass on the first bit, not the bit about Kevin Owens being a numpty. So let's get the bad bit out of the way first, should we? Kevin Owens handcuffed Braun Strowman to the top rope, and instead of escaping like any logical man would, he felt the need to turn around and tell a fellow big sweaty man to suck his cock. What a silly man he is. But then we have the good bit. Braun Strowman is a numpty. Braun Strowman performed a move where he knew that Kevin Owens was going to win. I know you're probably sitting there going, but Ross, Braun Strowman's not about the wins and the losses. He's all about destroying humanity. But if Braun Strowman's not about the wins and the losses, why should us normal, horrible, people. This still means something to me, damn it. But back to Kevin Owens being my hero. Get this right, he took a bump backwards off the top of a 16-foot high steel cage. If I had a hat, I would shove it up my arse and produce it out my mouth. Never mind just take it off my head. Kevin Owens, what a magical bump that was. So both look stupid, but both look really good at the same time. Good?
Made a grave mistake, Corey.
Direct quote from Corey Graves. Owens came crashing through our table. He hasn't been moving. Corey Graves, what have you been watching? He was dancing around like a dying beetle during a night on the sass. Alcohol. His arms and legs were going like the clappers, and thank God they were, because if they weren't, we all would have thought he died. Do not die, Kevin Owens. It's only wrestling. It's not even real. Back to Team Hell No versus the Bludgeon Brothers we go, and by Jove, he called me Betty. A match that had 4 Extreme Rules matches became 5. The end is not nigh. It's a bit strange, isn't it? That's right, a normal tag team match became a handicap match, and whoa, we all got a bit excited, didn't we? But one question here, why was Braun Strowman forced to get a 10-year-old child as a partner, but Daniel Bryan was allowed to go out there by himself? Forget about where's Wally or where's Wanda, where the pissing hell is Ronda? She pays hundreds of dollars for a ticket in the front row, then doesn't even bother to sit there for half the card. What an arsehole. Husky Harris walks with Elias because he can't drive. Pass it on. Maybe. Once more, I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened. Do not always believe what you read on wrestling signs at WWE events. Kick to the right leg. Kane sells to the left. There he is. Kane doesn't know his left from he's right. 5. I was never good at music at school. Tommy. Bludgeon Brothers remain undefeated as SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. Just last week on SmackDown Live, they were part of a 10-man tag team Teddy Long Orgy Fest, which they lost. So you were wrong. What you said there, pal, was as much of a lie as your relationship status. So as we solve the latest tribute to the greatest wrestler on planet Earth today, Jake Hager, I'm being serious, the Hager bombs, as I have christened them, go from strength to strength. But the point of this segment here was, and stick with me for this one, they had the World Tag Team Champions say to Roman Reigns, who has lost every single match he's had since the Elimination Chamber, probably, it feels like he has, hey pal, keep your chin up, work hard, you can come party with the World Tag Team Champions. However, Roman Reigns just laughed off the Tag Team Champions being an utter arsehole. So the bloke who loses all the time just laughs at the World Tag Team Champions and then blows off the Tag Team Champions. Lads, just get those belts and put them in the bin because they mean as much to this world as Byron Saxton.
Made a grave mistake, Corey.
Thanks to Dead Sarah for their song Heaven's Got a Door, Corey says. It's not true though, is it, Corey? Heaven's got a back door. And there's no doubt about it, by getting that sort of thing wrong, the likes of Vince McMahon and the higher-ups in WWE will be chewing your back door. They came to their senses. This match here did not go on last. Thank God for that. WWE realised that that match had 2 people in that nobody really cares about, and 2 people there who are over-pushed and where there's nothing on the line. Jesus, come in here and do a jiggle with me. Here we go again. I should be the Universal Champion, says the big dog. No, you shouldn't, pal. Read that sign and weep, you greasy chip, buddy. And of course, I'm not going to deal with the rest of the WTF Moments as part of that pre-match package, because it was the same pre-match package that they played on last Monday's Raw. The klaxon, please. Jesus Christ, Roman Reigns, it's only professional wrestling. You're not actually meant to try and kill your opponent with that AA over the top rub to the floor. You didn't have to make Bobby Lashley make one hell of a bath thud on the floor. Do you get it? Bath third. Sorry, that's how Bobby says bastard. Jonathan Coachman was well established throughout their entire match that Bobby Lashley weighs 260 pounds, so don't go calling him 280 pounds. Do not shame that fat bastard. He's got it hard enough as it is. Look at the state of him. Now, everybody, I need you to take a seat because the news I'm about to put on your asses is very heavy indeed. Brace yourselves. Roman Reigns lost a mid-card match clean, 1-2-3 in the middle of a ring. Now, while remaining seated, because I know your legs will be wobbly if you try to stand up now after hearing that news, I want you to grab 2 of each animal and head for the bastard border, because I really think the end has actually arrived. The end might be... So Nakamura's United States Championship clearly says Reigns on it, and I'm struggling to work out how this actually happened, considering the last time that Roman Reigns held the United States Championship was January 2017. If this is some game of Burners watch, I want the piss out of here. Now let's deal with the order of the card towards the top end of the team, because I thought for all the world that my Bane Spirit Animal was going to win the WWE Championship since his match was not on last. As we all know, WWE like to put smiles on faces, so having the guy who they have as the heel, Rusev, win in the last match of the night would send everybody home unhappy. Even though it wouldn't, it would send them home very happy. Stick with me. So you put Rusev's match on second last, you have Seth Rollins win his match that goes on last, and everybody, apart from me, goes home happy-ish. However, what happened? The exact opposite to what I said. Rusev lost his match to the WWE Championship for some reason, goes on before the Intercontinental Championship match, and skipping ahead to the finish of that Intercontinental Championship match, Dolph Ziggler won, so everyone went home in a bad mood anyway. Let's get on to the elephant in the room, the piped in booze that they put into that wonderful promo package before my Bane Spirit Animals match between AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. Who were they trying to fool with that horrible nonsense? It almost made as much sense as this. So I guess after that promo package, this shouldn't be a WTF moment, but out came Aiden English and he called Pittsburgh an ashtray, being a massive dirty heel. But then, by the time he got the end of his song, he wanted everybody to sing along with him. It's Rusev Day, blah blah blah. This is as hard as hieroglyphics to understand. He's melted, because it's summer. So to the main event we go, and Seth Rollins goes 1-0 up, and Michael Cole has to ask Corey Graves if going 1-0 up, if winning bodes well for Seth Rollins. Nah. I'm sure you'd rather be losing, Michael, you grade 1 numpty. So apparently Jonathan Coachman was present in WWE for an Iron match between John Cena and Shawn Michaels, but it also appears that Jonathan Coachman was present for the taking of some hallucinogenics because that match has never ever happened. So Drew McIntyre attacks Seth Rollins 3 times but only gets disqualified once. I guess, of course, this must be WWE's sorry Drew, forgive us for our sins after we wrongfully labelled you as Sheepshagger last week on WWE Raw. It's worse than when the clock was there. We heard you, Dolph, and Dolph, we agreed with you. Yes, WWE took the clocks away off the big screens and fans started counting down willy-nilly trying to guess when the 3, 2, 1 was going to come in. Some sad bastards apparently even fired up the WWE networks to make sure they got the count spot on. I hope they die alone. Of course, this was the idea and the brainchild of one Kevin Dunn, who doesn't seem to realise that if you take candy away from a baby, that baby is going to get angry and cry. Aye, Pittsburgh, you're all babies and criers. But one question, why does Pittsburgh like clocks so much? I really need to know. I don't know why. And now it's time for this.
Wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank.
Hello and welcome to Wankety Wank, the section of WTF Moments where, just like on Blankety Blank where they fill in the blanks, a sexual wank pheasant tweets me with a WTF moment I have missed, and I give him all the credit because I'm a lovely wholesome boy. Joe Sherman, December 29th, lol. And that's it for all the WTF moments from an Extreme Rules that wasn't as bad as Backlash, but certainly wasn't a good event. You've got to call a spade sometimes, and this was the spadiest of spades. I've been Ross from Cultaholic.com. Thank you once again for being a loyal sexual wank pheasant. I love you. Long time. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Ross on Wrestling. If you like what we do here at Cultaholic and want to pledge to our Patreon page, it's patreon.com/Cultaholic. Anything you thought to give us would be greatly appreciated, but most importantly of all, do not forget to subscribe to this channel and join us everywhere in places that we have the things.